I don't want anybody to think that we're hiding, but we're working. There's a lot of work to do. The final record is apparently available now, and it's going to be hopefully made available to us. Cindy, come on up here. This was a difficult decision for Cindy to make, but she thought it was important to come, not out of an act of defiance or anything like that to her fellow committee members, but just to put her face in front of them so everybody can see she's here and ready to face whatever is coming. So who's got a question?
Is she going to resign?
She's obviously been thinking about all of her options. We are exploring all of the options short of an expulsion to resolve this, both legally and factually.
And if it's headed that direction, would you then suggest she should resign?
I don't want to get into details, and you're asking me something that I would advise my client, which is attorney-client privilege, of course, but there's a lot that we need to learn. There's a lot of details that we've got to get our arms around, a lot of studying to do, a lot of historical precedent that we still want to review, and that's the business that we're doing.
Do you dispute any of the findings in the House Business Office report?
I don't want to get into details and play gotcha, she said this, when it was, somebody else said that. It seems like there's apparently allegations that that's happened, and I don't want to put her in that position. I'll say, from what I've read, I don't know if the characterizations would be the same characterizations I would certainly make of some of the things that have been said.
Representative Gamrat, have you been deceived by Representative Courser in any way in this whole?
I'm not going to comment on someone else's actions. I'm here because I want my colleagues to know that I want to be part of the solution moving forward so we can get this taken care of and get back to the business of the people of Michigan. There's things that concern the people in my district, like roads and other things that I think it's time to get back to that business. So however I can be a help to my colleagues and to this committee and moving that forward, that's what I'm here for. It's not easy. Trying to understand the process better, to understand the allegations that are brought against me better, so that I can help be part of that solution.
Is it awkward for you to be here?
It's hard.
We had a long conversation this morning about this choice, and I think Cindy Gamrat, the person, just felt like I need to just be here and let them know I'm ready to face what's coming.
Is she going to testify?
They haven't subpoenaed us. Obviously, the committee is still putting together its plan of action, as it were, just adopting committee rules today.
Would you want her to testify to clear the record?
She's obviously got to comply with the subpoena, subject to any Fifth Amendment issues, which I'm not aware, having had conversations, just conversations with the other lawyers involved, House Majority Counsel, whether or not there's a real serious concern in that regard. So,
are you concerned about possible criminal charges if she is alleged misused taxpayer resources that could rise to a crime?
As a lawyer, you're always concerned about the worst case scenario, but from what I've seen so far, there's a lot more to see. I don't know where this thing stands.
Representative, do you feel you're still well suited to represent your constituents here in Lansing?
Before I ran for office and became a representative, I was very active as a taxpayer. One of the things that I always felt was important, that the elected officials would make themselves available and come to the town halls and face good and bad, criticism and support. And I still believe that's important. I still believe it's important to take responsibility for your actions, not to be held responsible for the actions of others, but for yours. And that's what I'm here to do today, and I think that's for my voters to decide. I still get support letters every day in the mail asking me not to resign from my constituents, and I'm weighing everything out. And there's a lot to consider. In all this, it's a big decision, as you guys can imagine. So I'm here to weigh it all out and take it day by day, but I think ultimately, Craig, that's the decision for my voters to decide.
How do you respond to people who say